Great. And adding to your point on that smart work versus hard work,
Hmm.
right? So I see on the smart work versus hard work, I see two things happening.
Hmm.
One is that only when you work hard,
Hmm.
you become a master at that skill.
Hmm.
Then only you can work smart.
Yeah.
So you cannot work smart when you are a fool.
I mean,
True.
So when you don't know anything, you're technically a fool in that subject. And when you are not, master at it, how can you
Hmm.
work smart at it? So smart work is construed as working lesser number of hours, and hard work is construed as working longer number of
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
So how you work hard, you get good at that subject, then you can do it in 2 hours what somebody will do it in 12 hours.
Absolutely.
So that is how you become smart.
Absolutely.
And then what happens is after becoming smart, there are two ways that you can choose.
Hmm.
You can continue to complete your work in 2 hours and then while away the rest of the 6 hours
Yeah.
and continue to be a smart worker,
Hmm.
but soon you'll be left in dust
Yeah.
compared to a guy who's smart, who can do 10 hours of work in 2 hours.
Hmm.
Imagine he works 8 hours,
Hmm.
he's completing 1 week's work in a day.
Absolutely.
So, and you are competing against that person.
Absolutely.
If a smart worker works hard, then he's going to leave everybody behind in dust.
Absolutely.
Not that Elon Musk is dumb and he has to work 16 20 hours every day so
Yeah.
that he can do so much,
Yeah.
but he wants to do a lot, and with that smartness he's able to do a lot of these
Yeah.
things. And also in from an early career perspective, especially for students, right, the strides you make early on in the race will be there with you for longer time. If you look at any race for that matter, or any 100-meter dash, or
yeah,
your relay race, the person who takes the lead first usually is the person who ends up winning.
Absolutely.
yeah,
And how do you take the lead first is by outworking everyone in the early part of your career.
Absolutely.
So if you outwork everyone, you're learning more than what everybody else does.
Absolutely.
And once you get ahead, then you stay ahead.
Absolutely.
Because what happens is the compounding effect for the first 3 years stays with you. No matter after that how much hard another person at 3 years works, he cannot even reach you.
yeah.
So that is my perspective. And I also advocate, working hard, working longer. But then, the society, there is like 80% of them don't want to. India is
Hmm.
not a third world country anymore ki roti kapda makan ke liye kaam karega. That is
Yeah,
gone.
yeah, it's all
Hmm.
about
So
comfort.
now it's about comfort
Yeah,
and what they want to do.
Hmm.
And there are a lot of avenues for them to explore outside of work as well,
Hmm.
in terms of travel, food, and experiences,
Hmm.
which were not that much available, probably back then when you started.
Hmm.
Now there are a lot more avenues, and there are people who want to be known for their work, and there are people who want to work just because they want to keep the lights on.
yeah.
So how do what would be your advice for people who want to just keep the lights on
Mm.
versus people who want to be known by their work?
I think it's the passion, right? In terms of what is that I want to do. I mean, it's a I would say it's a difficult question, right? To think about it. Some of them are really serious in terms of what they want to do. They'll do whatever it takes, right? They're going to spend more time to kind of within the organization. It's not about 8 hours a day. Uh, uh, there's certain expectations which are like really, really limited. Versus somebody who's like aspirational, who wants to achieve certain aspects of things, then it's different. So I think it's about identifying what is that aspirations in that, and then going for it.
We kind of blanket roll all these people into one category, saying that everybody should work. Not everybody is aspiring to run a company, or not everybody is aspiring to become an Elon Musk or something.
Yeah,
There are a lot of, as in, if you look at the mu and plus or minus 2 sigma, if you look at the majority of the population, they want a life where they can do a lot of other things and work, not necessarily only work. I'm not, I work 16 hours a day, but then I cannot expect everybody else to work 16 hours a day. So, what would be your advice, especially for like people who want to work and have a life versus people who want to have work as their life and known by their work and create an identity for themselves through the work?
No, you are absolutely correct. Both kinds of people are there, and it needs to be respected, because what we are seeing is there are students, or there are young engineers,
Mhm.
or young professionals who join us, uh, for them, work is work, and then there's life after work.
Yeah, they're very clear.
Yeah, very clear. Second, where work is passion. So when work becomes passion, it's your love.
Mhm.
We ensure and we are very, very transparent that in Bert Labs ecosystem, it's the latter category which will be a good fit for a very fundamental reason that we are not doing plain vanilla stuff. We are doing something which the world hasn't seen. Today, when we do prior art searches,
Hmm.
we don't come across operational digital twin in caustic chlorine, in pyro process. There isn't an edge computing device where computationally heavy AI models can be trained at the device end itself. It's not just the inferences. Intel and Cisco has edge computing device where the final AI model sits on the edge and inferences can be drawn. BERT Titan and BERT Aksh can draw inferences as well as real time automated manner the AI models get trained. So very close to where the equipment is. So the point I'm making here is that this is being built from scratch, which has never been built. So in a environment like this, only those people for whom work is love, work is passion, they would be a good fit. People where work for 8 hours, 9 hours, go and do other job is not a good fit. So it depends on which organization, which sector you're joining. There are obviously, organizations and sectors where the first category,
Yeah,
where we
definitely.
work for some time, we earn our salary, and then there's a life after that. So students need to be, and people who are walking into the corporate life, they need to be very clear about this. And the corporates